It is finally time. That is right, we are here with part 1 of the Altina summoning session. Now in this part 1, we're going to have a few other goals as well. We're trying to get 1 copy of Tormod and a green as well. If we get Juno, it's whatever, I really don't care. But we're mostly going for Altina here. So our main goal is definitely 100% to get as many Altinas as possible. We'll probably do about 500 orbs in this first part, and then we'll do more later. Of course there's no greens. Oh my god. That's a way to start a summoning session, isn't it? Oh my gosh. So yeah, Altina is here. It's a new version of Altina. I am very excited. I want to make this clear. I think a lot of people are very obsessed with like their own favorite character getting lots of alts. I'm not exactly that way. I mean, I get happy, right? I'm obviously happy there's a new Altina, but at the same time, like I typically want like alts of my favorite, like all my favorite characters. So as long as I have like 1 good copy of one of my favorite characters, I'm usually good with it. So I'm very happy Altina's here, but like I also would have loved to have like a good Titania alt or like a Nephany alt or something like that. So I just want to put that out there because I know a lot of people, I've seen a lot of hate lately actually, so I'm kind of confused by it. I think my summer Altina propaganda was a little bit too strong, and so people keep saying she has like 4 alts or something, or 3 alts, which isn't necessarily true, right? But either way, I'm happy she's here. So there's the 3 blues, no a green. But yeah, we have a lot to talk about. So she does have a very good stat line. No greens again. Oh my gosh. She has very optimized attack, resistance, and then pretty good defense. So she has like 47 attack, which is tied for the highest in the game. Oh, I will definitely take that. That's a win. That's a big win. Oh my gosh. Absolutely will take Fallen Dimitri. Love him. Cannot wait for his eventual refine in like 2 or 3 years. But yeah, so she has that, and she also has like 46 resistance. No super boon in resistance yet again, but she does have a super boon in defense and attack. And so she has a very optimized stat line. Her speed's extremely low as well. So I'm pretty happy about that, because she definitely is very resistance heavy, which is something she needs, right? Because her entire kit revolves around it. So overall, she's looking pretty solid. I will say that her being green is definitely a downside in the current meta, because red is so powerful, and red is pretty much the best color in the game for like the past year. So being green is definitely not the best place to be, but she can definitely make it work. You can definitely make it work. But yeah, overall, very, very good ult. I do wish there was a little bit more, which we'll talk about a little bit later, but overall, pretty happy. And her art, right? Like that's one of the biggest things with any ult, in my opinion, is good art. Because you can get buffs to them, right? Like Altina could get Vantage 4 could come out, stuff like that could come out to make her better. Finally a green orb. But good art you can't change, right? You have to wait for her Resplendent. And this, you know, the chances of this Altina getting Resplendent before the game ends is not very high. Like that would be like 10 years from now or 15 years from now. But you know, I'm optimistic about Faye's like game length or how long it will last, but 15 years is a very long time. So, her having good art is something I really do enjoy, and I'm really happy about it. I'm glad they did such a good job with her, because there's some ults I get where I'm like, this does not look the best. But this whole banner is not one of it. The art in this banner is very, very good. Okay, with all that said, let's start jumping into some questions, because I have a lot of questions to answer, and luckily we have a lot of time, right? Because we're probably gonna split this video into 3, I imagine. So it'll be like 500 orbs here, 500 orbs, and then another 500 orbs, maybe more. We'll have to see how it goes. But so we have a lot of questions to get through. Oh, it's Tormod. Okay, we're good. So we got Tormod. We only needed 1 copy of him. We don't really need more than 1 copy. I just wanted to keep my Radiant Dawn collection complete. Good IV as well. Very good IV. And I like his art. His art looks really good. I saw people saying he looks like Roy. I don't really see it, to be honest. But other than like, I mean, he has red hair, obviously, but other than that, I don't really see it. And then speed rest tempo is really nice as well. So awesome to get Tormod. Keep the Radiant Dawn collection complete. So now we're just doing blue and green. Oh my gosh. Okay. This banner really doesn't want to give me green orbs. Okay. Let's start off by doing some questions. Maybe that'll bring us some luck. So our first question. Oh my god. Okay. I didn't even get to ask the question, and the luck already came. So that's very, very good. The IV. Oh, like very good boon, but very, very bad bane. Oh my god, a green is... This unit's gonna be so powerful. I don't know where I put SD, maybe? Okay. We'll back out here. I don't think we need to do blue now. We can just focus green, right? That's actually really good, because now we can just focus green whenever it shows up. Whenever green doesn't show up, we'll go for blue. And then if blue doesn't show up, we'll go for red, obviously. But let's get to the first question from Texas Gaming. And they want to know, since we're in Altina season, what do you think about her travel around Fae since release? And the reasons why she became so popular compared to her base game, where we really don't know much about her. Sorry, I still haven't finished Radiant Dawn, so maybe there's more info. And then also, which other Tellius characters are you waiting for? I would really like to see Nasir, Khalil, and Largo. So, this is an interesting question, and I really wanted to talk about this because I've seen a lot of people talking about, like, why does Altina get so many ults? And I've seen people say, like, the waifu factor and stuff like that, and obviously that's a part of it. But I think the other part is just Altina is... she is like Reinhardt, right? Like, she is a Fae character kind of more than she is a Radiant Dawn character. Now, obviously, she is from Radiant Dawn, but her role in Radiant Dawn is very, very small. Like, it's minuscule. She's essentially just a lore character who gets brought up, like, 1 or 2 times in both the games. I think one time she's mentioned, and then one time they show her art, right? And that's pretty much it. And so really what she is she's a Fae character. She is a character who is, okay, double move Mustafa. She got introduced into Fae, and she became very popular because she's a badass, right? She's wielding Alondai and Ragnell, which are, you know, it's Ike and Black Knight's weapons. So it's just like the level of badassery she has, I think just immediately attracted people to her. And then also the fact that she was like a mythic, right? So like she was a mythic, she was a free-to-play mythic if you were around back then. And so all those things, I think, added to her popularity over time and has put her where she is, where she can have multiple ults, right? Obviously, I'm a very big fan of Altina. I wouldn't be plus 10ing her otherwise. But I just think she's a really, really cool character. And I think that the fact that Fae can do that, they can take a character who is such a minor character in the game and make them into such a major character in Fae and give them so much more personality and give them so much more, you know, character, right? I think that's really cool. I think that's one of the best things Fae can do. Like, taking those characters who don't have big roles in their own game and then making them so cool and so expanded on and really getting a chance to know those characters is awesome. Like, we get to see that with, you know, Reinhardt, with Altina, with Layla. So I'm very happy that's the case. And I think other people feel the same way. Now, when it comes to other characters, other Tellius characters that I'm like waiting for, there's a lot, right? There's a lot of Tellius characters who need love. Like I was mentioning earlier, I would love to see ults for Titania and stuff like that. But when it comes to characters who aren't in the game at all, Stefan is probably my #1 I really want to see added to the game. And I think this would have been a great banner to add him into the game. So I wish they could have kind of done that, but they obviously chose not to. Some other ones are like Mythical Sephiron would be really, really cool. Mythical Soen would be really, really cool. Mythical Degnicia would be really, really cool. Other characters like the Dawn Brigade, the entire Dawn Brigade needs to get into the game. And also like Gifka, right? And Scrimmer. Like there's a lot of Tellius characters I would love to see added to the game. And I really wish they would expand on the cast a bit because I think we only have like a little bit over 50% of the cast. So if we could get more, that would be amazing. I would love that so much. But they do seem to spam like the same few Tellius characters over and over again, and Altina has become one of them, which I'm happy about, but also I understand, you know, where other people are coming from. Where I'd love to see other characters as well. Okay, so we're doing good because we got rid of some of the other characters we needed to get, and now we can just focus on Altina. But we haven't seen Altina yet. I'm really hoping we can get at least one Altina before the Spark. That would be nice. That's kind of my benchmark I want to hit, if possible. So let's bring... Oh, there's a blue. Let's do one blue. Let's do another question. This is going to be from another fellow FaeTuber and one of my friends, Satachi. So Satachi has a fake question. How would you rank my Summer Duels gameplay 1 to 10? Ooh, that's a hard one, Satachi. Probably give you like a solid 6 or 7. Probably in that range. You definitely like have the foundation down, right? Still need to learn some of the meta matchups, but once you figure that out, I think you're going to be a rank 1 player soon enough. Now when it comes to the real question, if you could give Altina one more effect, what would it be and why? And then also good luck on the summons. I hope a Byleth doesn't show up. Thank you. So if you don't know, Satoshi brings Byleths to all my summoning sessions, no matter what happens. So hopefully that's not the case today, but we'll have to see. So when it comes to Desert Altina, one of the things I was talking about was I was really hoping that she'd get like, I think she could have got like one more effect, right? Like I think she's really good, but I think she's just on that borderline where like, if she had one more effect, she would be like meta, not dominant, but like meta, maybe dominant's the right word. Meta dominant, but not warping, right? Like she'd be in that tier. And I think the thing that she really needs is probably like the Asker effect. If she could have the, hey Hawkeye, if we could have the Asker true damage plus flat damage reduction based off resistance, I think that would have helped Altina a lot. It would have given her another way to stack damage reduction. And if you watch my Omni Tank video, where I was talking about how damage reduction really works in the meta, you really need to stack layers, right? So right now she has 2 layers. She has the DR that's unpierceable inside her special, and then we have the pierceable DR in the Bulwark skill, or if you add like NCD4, either way, right? So I think having one more layer in her weapon would have been really, really nice, because she really can't use DR from like speed-based DR, so like any of those kind of buffs. So the only really other DR she could get is like from Rearmed Lucina, which isn't all that great. It's okay. But having that flat DR, I think would have helped her a ton. It would have made her much more difficult to take down. And also that true damage would have definitely helped her secure kills more easily. Because as of right now, she's really reliant on like finished true damage, which is good, but you're not going to always be able to rely on that. So I think that definitely would have helped her a lot. Definitely, she's still definitely strong, but I think that they could have just given her a bit more love. Hey, it's Titania. I loved it. This art is so good. Like, I want Resplendent Fur for the stats, but like I'd probably keep this art anyway. Oh my god, we're getting to Spark. Haven't seen an Altina yet, which is making me a bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie. Really would like to see at least one. Considering we need like 11. Man. Oh, it's Mordecai. Okay, we're getting like Tellius characters. We just need the correct Tellius character. Let's bring up another question. This is gonna be from Dragonated. They want to know, predict how the inevitable Lance Altina ult will power creep all our previous incarnations. So this is a really interesting topic, right? Because as good as this Altina is, I don't think she completely power creeps old Altina by any means. I think Mythic Altina actually is better than her in some ways, right? Like the fact that she's a flyer, which means she can offer like guidance and soaring guidance support, which is a very big deal. It allows her to play that meta frontline role that is in Summoner Duels, which I think is really cool. And also she's a Mythic, so she can offer Mythic buffs and Mythic scoring, which I think is also really cool. And so when it comes to a Lance version of Altina, you could say, how would she power creep? I think the way you power creep with Altina is just like I was mentioning, maybe give her like flat damage reduction, maybe give her more true damage that scales really efficiently. Because one of the basic things about basic Altina is that her true damage is very limited. She can only do up to 7 true damage, which you really want a percentage, right? You want like 10% or 20% or whatever. So I think that's one way you could definitely make her more power creep and broken. If you wanted to make her like completely and utterly busted, you could give her the Lucia effect, give her Nihility as a preference skill. That would make her just like god tier broken, like she would break the game. So that's also another option. But yeah, I would probably just say that. They'd probably just give her like something like that. Speaking of Altina ults, we have one more question from Mellow Marianne. They want to know, hopefully this question gives you some good Altina luck. Thank you. I see 3 green, so it's possible. If you could give Altina a Cavalry ult, how would you design her? Weapons, skills, banners she would appear on, etc. Thanks for all the entertaining videos you make. Thank you. We are getting so many Tellius characters other than Altina. So when it comes to a Cavalry Altina, I think you'd probably have to keep like the archetype of Altina, right? Like the distant counter, the brave weapon. So what do you do to make her like more cavalry-ish? Obviously, I think like the things you'd want to see on her is like Canto. You want to make her like really, really mobile. And then you'd also want to have like maybe 4 movement on her. I think that'd be really strong. Obviously, that's like really good for melee Cavs right now. It's like 4 movement, and then Canto would make her really strong. And then I think That's the thing, like, with Altina, it's kind of hard to make her an offensive cav. So maybe you just go for like more of like a legendary Seliph kind of effect, where she's just like a super tank. Maybe you go like legendary Seliph route where she's like a super tank as a cav. I don't know if that'd be that interesting though. I think it'd be more fun to make her like super offensive cav, but then give her like the ability to like omni tank too to an extent, like kind of like Winter Dimitri. I think she could fit that role really well. And that would make her really interesting. When it comes to like what season, I'm not really sure. For Altina, maybe like Halloween. I'd want Pirates, but that's what I always want. Okay, so we are at Spark. We are obviously going for Altina. That's not even a question. I'm gonna be honest, not the best Spark so far. I was really hoping to get at least one Altina along the way, but we did get rid of the other goals. That's good. And this Altina, her art is so good. Why is her? Oh my god, her art is so amazing. It looks so good. Like, look at that. Oh my gosh. They did an amazing job. I love this art style. Let's keep going. Just sniping them greens. Hopefully greens show up. But yeah, that's kind of what I would see. I don't know, like, it's kind of hard to make Altina do anything but that Omni Tank or like Vantage role. I guess when it comes to like skills I'd want to see for her, I'd still want her preference skill. I wish she had 2 preference skills because I'm greedy, and she had that at one point. But I'd love to see that, or I'd love to see like Vantage 4 even. Vantage 4 would be really cool. I guess that's a one way you can make her unique as a cav, is like make her go in, kill something, and then she has Vantage to like kind of like make it so it's difficult to kill her. Like Winter Dimitri. So that'd be really interesting as well. There's Violence, so Connor Zach could be happy, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see her as a cav. I don't know if we'll ever get that. It might take a while, because it took a couple of years to get another true Altina ult. I will say, who is this? That's Brave Micaiah? Yeah, okay, I called it. Okay, we're getting like so many Tellius characters, including Altina's granddaughter. We're not getting Altina. Oh my god. Okay, come on. Bring the luck. Couple greens. Green does hate me, notably so. But Altina loves me, so come on, Altina. Please come home. We need a lot of copies of you. Nope, that's a Gunter. Okay, let's do another question. This is going to be from Damon Play. And they want to know, seeing how Altina's new art looks amazing, and how the former works of the artist, who are your 3 favorite Fae artists? That's a really interesting question. I think everybody has a really different taste when it comes to art, obviously. But for me, my favorite artist in Fae is definitely Wada Sachiko. I love her art so much. Anytime she draws anything, I'm very, very happy. And I love when she draws my favorite characters. Some of my favorite art by her is like Brave Roy, Legendary Hector, right? Legendary Elliewood, all of Titania. All of it's very, very, very good. There's Citrine. Citrine, I love you. You're one of my favorite engaged characters, but man, I am not happy to see you at all. So we can either go for the merge or we get Special Spiral 4 fodder, but man, I am not happy to see you right now. Oh my god. We're at 4.5% and we get a Citrine. Ugh. That is so rough. So Wada Sachiko is number 1 for sure. Number 2 is probably Kita Senri, which is like, I guess that's kind of obvious as the Tellius like artist, that I would love Kita Senri art. And then also Suzuki Rika. Suzuki Rika really showed up for me when like Legendary Sigurd got into the game. I just fell in love with that art, and I think that everything they've done since then has been so good. And anytime I see like one of my favorite characters drawn, I always want it to be by Suzuki Rika or like Wada or Kita, right? So like, obviously that's number 3. If I was gonna do some honorable mentions, I think Daisuke Izuka is like an amazing artist. I love their art of Fallen Ashnard. Is so good. And then Okuma Yugo with Ascended Joshua is one of my favorite arts in the game and like ever. I love that art. And then also Fujisaka Kimihiko does some really great art as well. So I think there's actually a lot of really, really good artists in Fae. There are definitely some artists I don't really enjoy, but there's a lot of artists I do enjoy. So pretty happy with it overall. Okay, we need our luck to turn around. This is not going well so far. And so we're going to bring in some of my big supporters. Oh my gosh. We got my members. So we have Arasendin, one of my longest time members, and they want to know, good luck on your pools. Thank you. Merry Christmas. So this was a little bit earlier. To you and everybody watching who celebrates, I got 2 questions. If you could remove a function from all units, such as Canto, pre-combat damage, saves, AoE, Gale Force, Wings of Mercy, etc., what would it be? And then the other question is, what mode would you remove from the game? Summoner duels, tap battle, arena, etc. Okay, thanks for the question, Aerosendon. This is an interesting one. So, what mechanic would I remove from the game if possible? For a long time, I would say that it would be saves. I think saves were like a very degenerate thing that was added to the game that removed some of the strategy that was, innate to the game. But now I wouldn't do that. I think that they're just a necessary evil at this point. It's gotten pretty bad. So for me, I think the thing I really hate the most right now is pre-combat damage. I think pre-combat damage is stupid. Like, it's actually just a terrible mechanic that lets you get around like defense and resistance and damage reduction and all the effects that tanks need to survive. And so I think it's just a bad effect. Like, it's actual true damage, but it doesn't get to interact with any of the other mechanics of the game, right? Because like true damage will be affected by damage reduction. It will be affected by defensive specials. So many other things, right? And pre-combat damage does not do that. So I really don't like that effect, and if I could remove it, I definitely would. I think IS is just making a problem so they can sell us a solution later. So I'm pretty sure that will happen sometime this year, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess. But yeah, I really don't like that at all. There's Bastion. Then the other question is, what game mode would I remove? So typically I don't like removing things from the game typically, right? Like people ask me all the time, like, what unit would you remove and stuff like that. And for a long time I would say I wouldn't, right? But now I actually do hate a few things, so I definitely would remove them, like pre-combat damage. And when it comes to game modes, we have a lot of game modes in Fae, right? But I think a lot of them aren't actually game modes at all. And so I would remove like Frontline Phalanx. I think that's not a real game mode. I think that's trash. I would remove Affinity Auto Battle. I think that's also trash. Probably just those two. I think the other ones people have, like, there are fans of those other game modes, like I forgot what it's called. The one where you do the cute little events. Like, I don't care for that game mode at all, but other people love it, so I think that's fine. Like, Affinity Auto Battles and Frontline Phalanx are just like complete dead weight to me and should just completely be just cut from the game forever, and then just take those rewards and put them somewhere else. Like, it's such lazy crap game design, if you can even call it game design. Like, I think it's disrespectful they even put those in the game to begin with. So that's definitely my answer. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's so many game modes that have so much potential that is just underutilized. And with some, okay, thank God. Oh my God, thank God. Oh, Aerosendon Breath of Luck. Thank God. Oh my God, I was getting so nervous that we were gonna have another Heather situation. Oh, okay. Plus speed is a terrible IV. That's a terrible IV. But who cares, right? We're merging. We just need plus attack. That's what we're looking for, obviously. Like, plus attack is the big one. Plus res would be nice, but plus attack's definitely the thing I'm focusing on. And because I don't have a Floret, because the game refuses to give them to me, we have to stick with only one IV for right now until the future. Whew. Okay, I feel a little bit better. I still don't feel great. We've spent like 200 and something orbs. I think we've already spent like 275 orbs, and we've gotten one Altina technically. Game. Green is supposed to have good summoning rates, game. I know maybe you haven't heard. Maybe you haven't seen Joel and Rocket Gal's statistics they put out, but green's supposed to be a good summoning color. Come on, come on. IS, please. Stop doing this to me. Oh my God. I got happy for a second, only to realize it's Sue. I hate Sue. I don't really hate Sue, but for some reason I've been pity broken by this character so many times. Obviously this isn't a pity break, but I have like 10 copies of her from pity breaks in the past. She really doesn't have that good of fodder, so not much use for that. Ugh. Okay, let's do another question from another member. This is going to be from Turtlebot. What characters would you like to see that are not in Fae yet, added into Fae? For me, it's Scarlet and Wallace. Good luck summoning for Altina. My first comment when I saw it was Altina was RIP Oblivion and KCB's wallets. Well, that is very true. Our wallets are gonna, at least my wallet is in danger. So that's an interesting question because there are a lot of characters I still want in Fae. I mentioned some of them earlier, right? Like Stefan, right? And all the Radiant Dawn characters. I think the two biggest characters I want outside of Tellius are Nurgle and Athos. I want Nurgle and Athos so bad in this game. revealing some of my CYL votes. If you follow me on Twitter, you've already probably been seeing them, but I've been voting for Nurgle, Athos, and then like all the old men essentially. So like Sephiron, Degnicia, and then I threw a vote for Stefan as well because I want to see him in the game. But I really want Athos and Nurgle really badly. And because this isn't the Bada banner, there is a chance that they show up, right? Because they're both like, Athos is from Arcadia and Nurgle has history with Arcadia, which is in the Bada Desert. I'm really hoping that they could show up. I really don't know why they're not in the game yet. Like, they're two of the most important characters to Blazing Blade, and Blazing Blade is the first Fire Emblem game for Western fans, which is a big deal, right? It's one of the reasons why Hector and Lyn and Eliwood are so beloved. I don't understand why they haven't put Athos and Nurgle in, especially Nurgle. Nurgle's like the main villain, and they still haven't put him in yet, which is just absurd to me. So that's definitely who I want to see the most. Wallace would also be very cool. Wallace is a very cool character. I like him a lot. So I wouldn't mind seeing him. And Scarlet. Scarlet's like one of the few Fate characters I actually like, so I wouldn't mind seeing her as well. Maybe she'll show up on the Fallen banner. There's Benny. Okay, we need like 2 Altinas in a row or something. Like, we are so below the average, it's not even funny. This is rough. Okay, let's do another one from a member. This will be from Nuvis. This is going to be a bit of a different question. What do you think so far about the 2 new jobs which got announced for Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail? So if you don't know, I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. I love Final Fantasy super hard. And I like 14 a lot. I haven't actually caught up. I haven't played 14 in like a year probably. But I did catch all the new news they put out for their new expansion. And they're announcing 2 new... there's Camilla. 2 new jobs. So that's like 2 new classes essentially. And one of them is Viper. And Viper is essentially like it's almost like a swashbuckler, but you dual wield swords. And then you can combine the swords together and like have a death maul like saber essentially. It's very, very cool. I like it a lot. Like, that is a job for me. I love that job. And I'll probably be playing it whenever that expansion drops. The other job they announced is Pictomancer, which is like an art class. You can like draw stuff and it comes to life. It's very cool concept. But for me, it doesn't appeal to me, right? Like, it's not a job for me, which is fine, right? I don't need every class and job to appeal to me. But I'm sure that there's a lot of people who will love that. And they will probably have a very unique playstyle. So I'm very happy for those players. But personally, Viper is where it's at for me. Like, I definitely will be playing Viper and checking that out, alongside all my other classes that I play, which is quite a few at this point. But yeah, very excited for that. Any kind of expansion that is somewhat piratey, I will always take. Okay, let's keep the questions going. So this one's going to be from Remton, and then also a question from Rickon, which is pretty similar. Hey Oblivion, good luck on your summons. My question is, with the interim results posted, who are your top picks for Choose Your Legends, and what do you think their kits will look like? And then Rickon wants to know, which characters do you think will actually win Choose Your Legends? Okay, so this is a bit different. So for my top picks for Choose Your Legends, if I could pick like any 4 that I'd want to win, I don't think realistically this would ever happen, but I would want it to be like Felix, Zelgius, Alencia, and Nephany, I guess. That's who I'd want to win. I don't think that would ever happen. Like, Alencia has like a small chance of winning, but like not this year, I don't think. And then same with Zelgius pretty much, especially because he just got an alt. Felix has a good chance to win, honestly. I think Felix has a chance to get 2nd place. That's something we saw with the interim results, was that we got to see not only the top 20, right, which was important, but we also got to see the top 5 for each game. And the fact that Alcris wasn't in the top 5, I think, is a big indicator that the 2nd place is open, right? I still think Diamant's in 1st place, just because of, I don't know, just from what I've seen of popularity. But I think the 2nd place is open. And so it's possible that we get, like, who will win Choose Your Legends 8? I think it's possible that we can get, like, Diamant and male Alir. And then the female side could be, like, Yunaka Ivy or female Alir even. But I think the 2nd place is weak. I think the 2nd place could be taken by Felix if enough fans rallied. Now, I said last year I wouldn't rally for Felix if he got his base version of the game. And so I haven't done that. I'm going to stick to my word. But I have been secretly voting for Felix on my alt account every single day. So I'm really hoping Felix can somehow pull off a miracle and get that 2nd place. I would be extremely happy. I don't know how realistic that is. I think realistically we'll probably just get an engaged sweep. I think that like Unaka and Ivy probably have it locked in. Maybe female Lear sneaks her way in there. Unaka is very, very popular, but she did just get an alt in December, and she also was the Christmas giveaway person, and she did a very bad job. So I don't know how how petty people are, but that's a possibility, right? So maybe female Lear sneaks her way in there, but she also has like 2 ults already, like, so I don't know if she really needs a 3rd one, but that's, you know, with popular characters, it's how it always is. There's Ocean with what's he have, like Mirror Stance 3 or something like that. She isn't bad, but not really much use for him. I would really actually, it's kind of funny, but I'd actually really want Gatekeeper and Fallen Leon right now. Gatekeeper, so I could save blessings every week, because I have to keep swapping him between defense and offense. So that would be nice. And then Fallen Leon, I'd actually need like NCD fodder, NCD 3. So that would have been a lot better to get. We are doing really bad right now. Like, we are doing really bad. Oh my god, we really need our luck to turn around. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with Future Legends 8. I think I really wish they would put out midterm results. Like, the interim results were like after 2 days, technically, right? It didn't have the 3rd day compiled in there. So I would really have liked to see midterm results with actual numbers. Because I think that like the rallying part of a CYL is the fun part, right? Like everyone getting together and like trying to get their favorite to win. Like, that's the cool part about it. But I don't know if they're going to do that, considering they already released interim results, right? But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, we need some luck. We need some like big luck. Like, oh my god, we need luck so bad. This one's going to be from LFN1. I want you to predict the next Choose Your Legends, not the characters. Predict the meta. Also, what could the next Choose Your Legends do to make players rejoice and despair? That's a really interesting question. So, not predicting the characters, what will Choose Your Legends be introducing in August? It's really interesting, right? Because I think by August we might be already getting like the counters to pre-combat damage. Maybe we get that sooner, but I could see that happening in August. So maybe we get a Brave unit who finally counters that pre-combat damage. Another thing I could see is more terrain. I could definitely see them adding more of that. I don't know how much more they'll add before that, right? Because we just got the fog terrain kind of with Camilla. But that is possible as well. So maybe terrain and like anti-combat, pre-combat damage comes in. Other than that, I'm not all that sure. Maybe like they really go into the special jumping effect, right? They've been lacking that one a lot. We saw that on like pretty much the entire Winter Banner. So maybe, well, like half the Winter Banner. So maybe that's where they go. I'm not really all that sure. Like, I think that's probably what they're doing. But I honestly think that they're kind of like pushing themselves into like a corner when it comes to design space, and they're really running out of things they could do. So I'll be interested to see how they try to develop the meta from here, other than just like attaching a bunch of effects, because that's what they've been pretty much doing lately, where they're just like, this unit has every effect in the game, instead of trying to create like unique effects or like unique playstyles. So we'll see if they can do better, but I don't have like the most faith, to be honest. Oh my god, we're at 4.25% again. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, no green. I don't know why the game hates me so much. This is so ridiculously painful. Oh, I really didn't want to see you. You're not even freaking a green. Oh, I hate you. You're gonna die. You are gonna die for physical no fault so quick. Oh my god. Well, our bubbles are full, so hopefully green orbs show up, right? Please, game. Okay, there's green. We'll get 3 Altinas here, and then if we get 3 Altinas, we're back on the average, right? I think, yeah. Well, like, I don't know what the average actually is. I should have asked DTM. DTM's like the average king. He knows all about that kind of stuff. I could technically go look it up right now, but I don't really want to, because it's gonna make me feel really bad. Like, holy crap, our luck is so bad. Yes! Okay, thank God. Oh my god. Oh, RNGesus, thank you so much. Oh my god. Okay, we're at +2. Not... Okay, plus res. Plus res. That's the best IV we got so far. We definitely want attack, but res is the second best. Whew. Oh man, my like heart hurts. Like I'm so nervous. Oh my god. 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 Oh, thank god. Oh my god. Yes. Oh my god. I'm like actually hyperventilating. Oh god. Okay, I think we're back on average. Okay, my ice attack is not good. That's fine. That's not a big deal. Okay, so we back out now. The scam bubbles actually helped us. Like, they actually helped us so much. Thank you, scam bubbles. I might treat you a little bit better. You're still getting called scam bubbles, but maybe in the future I'll call you like rescue bubbles. I don't know. Something stupid. Okay, so I checked the stats and we're actually back at the average now. So like we are at the average, which is good. That actually saved me. It brought me back to where I was supposed to be. So we're not like, it might seem like we're doing amazing, but we're actually just perfectly at average. Like not perfect, but close enough, right? Ooh, okay. I feel a lot better. I was getting really scared. We were going to have like a 5,000 orb summoning session like we did with Heather, like where it's just like the unit hates me. The thing is, like, base Altina loved me. I got so many copies of base Altina so quickly. Like, it was actually amazing. So hopefully this just keeps going positive. Let's keep going positive. And our next question is going to be from Enemy IRL. What are some units you'd personally like to see on a Hero Rises this year? Best of luck on the Summons Oblivion. Thank you so much. And I think Enemy IRL was on Connor's Actually. I'm not sure, but I haven't watched that episode yet, so I have to go check it out. But if so, you should go watch it. No matter what, you should go watch it. It's really funny. So when it comes to units I want on a Hero Rises, I think like I really want Dimitri, right? Winter Dimitri, Winter Edelgard, Camilla would be nice actually. Alir would be nice. Like those are like some of the ones I want. Now I'm being very selfish, right? Because I'm gonna plus 10 Altina and I already have plus 10 Alencia. So as good of options as those could be, I don't really want them to show up because they're already plus 10. So, I mean, at least if Valencia shows up, I get aerial maneuvers, I guess. So it's not the worst. But personally, I would like units I want to merge up. So those are probably the options I'd go with. I don't know how realistic those are. I think that they definitely have a chance. They definitely have a solid chance, but I'm not 100% sure if they'd actually make it. And then speaking of actually a Hero Rises, RK Mysticat wants to know, how much did you pay Intercoon to get another Altina ult? I did not pay them anything, I promise you. Definitely did not send them a check for an unwritten amount. But seriously though, happy for you and good luck on your summons. Really cool banner in general, especially the art. I completely agree. I think the art is amazing on this banner. Like, I think it's just so good. Okay, now for the questions. With a Hero Rises coming closer, who are your picks for the unit you realistically expect to win, the unit you personally want to win, and then your worst case scenario? So really interesting question. Okay, so for units I realistically expect to win, I think that the winter units have a really good chance, right? Because not only are they very powerful units, they have very good fodder, and they're fan favorites, right? That's three things going for them. And so I think Byleth, Dimitri, and Edelgard have really good chances. Now the thing is that Edelgard has lost CYL, or Hero Rises, every single year in the first round. Every single year. So I don't know if she's just cursed or what, but it's definitely possible that hurts her somehow. Like somehow that hurts her, right? So when it comes to that, I think like when it comes to realistically who will win, I think Byleth has a very good chance, and I think maybe Dimitri. I don't know. Like a lot of people hate Dimitri too, so maybe not. The other thing is that we also have a new legendary or mythic banner at the end of the month. So like it's possible that whoever the new mythic is just sneaks onto Hero Rises and wins as well, right? We saw that with Immortus, and so it wouldn't be all that surprising. The other options I think that are like really big ones are like Legendary Camilla, because she is so good as a support and as a nuke. And then also Duo Soniki, who is just the best nuke in the game right now. Now obviously I haven't tested a green yet to see how well she compares, but right now I'd say Duo Soniki is the best, so I could definitely see her winning as well. Now when it comes to units I want to win, if I gotta choose, I would choose Winter Dimitri, right? Because I'm a Dimitri simp, and so getting him free merge and then also having him on a banner means that I could plus 10 him really easily, which I'd be very excited about. Wow, this circle is trash. It's not literally nothing I could possibly get from like from a focus unit, so that's fun. But yeah, so definitely Dimitri would be the one I'd want to win. And then when it comes to my worst case scenario is Fallen Edelgard, right? Like Fallen Edelgard would be, oh my god, if Fallen Edelgard even makes it to a Hero Rises, I'm gonna tilt. But if she won a Hero Rises, oh my god, like I'd like delete my YouTube channel. Not really, but man, I would be pissed. I would be really, really pissed. So I think that's my worst case scenario. Some other bad scenarios are like Legendary Alencia, I guess. Something I already have at +10 would kind of suck for me. But I think it would be good for the community. So it's probably not the worst case scenario, right? Like, the worst case scenario is like some unit who's just not very good and not very valuable winning. I think that would really suck. Some other units I'd like to see, not necessarily win a Hero Rises, but just show up, would be rearmed heroes or attuned heroes, right? Getting those fodder factories for everybody is really, really good. And the more you invest into them, the more value they give. So for me, they're like really high value. So I would love to get like a rearmed or attuned hero on that banner as well. So if we could do like the red dream or the green dream even, like either of those colors would be really, really strong. I'd love that personally. Okay, we got Sheena. Okay, we're at our last 100 orbs. I was only gonna do like 500, but like I might as well just keep going, right? Like we're already this far. Stop! Give me greens. Just give me like a green on every banner, like circle, please. Like at least one green. That's all I'm asking for. Just one. Okay, let's move on to another question. This is from Platinum 1 and Dan the DNA Man. I got it this time. If Ike were to get a new alt, what role would you like him to be? And what seasonal theme would you want for him? And then Dan the DNA Man, real talk, when are we getting attuned Ike? Where he's a ranged unit of some sort shooting out Ragnal beams. This would be the only acceptable way of getting another sword Ike. Okay, I completely agree. If they like, I would really love to see them just have Ike with a sword, and it's like he's like a blue mage or something, and he just shoots beams at people. That would be amazing. I would absolutely love that. More realistically though, like what kind of Ike alt could we get? I don't think we'll get attuned Ike yet. I think we'll get a seasonal Ike next. And if I had to guess, I would say it's probably going to be summer Ike. I think that's like, we typically get a Radiant Dawn or like Teleus character in summer. So I could see Ike being that one. It's Yarn. I could definitely see that happening. If I could choose any season, I would choose Pirates, but Pirates no longer is like current. Like they're not using that theme anymore. So I don't know if that would happen. So summer would be my second choice. And when it comes to roles, I think the best role in the game right now is obviously like the nuke support role. The nuke support role is just like the best combo right now because nukes fit into a lot of teams, and then you have support, which, you know, adds value to the entire team. So I think that's currently the best. I think tanks are probably in the worst position at the moment. Tanks are just really weak right now. And so I really don't want another sword or lance or axe Ike. I really don't want an Omni Tank Ike. I really, really, really don't. Every Ike is an Omni Tank. I don't want that. I want a nuke Ike. I want like a mage or a bow or a dagger, some kind of ranged nuke. That's what I want. So hopefully that's what we get, but we'll have to wait and see, right? But he should be coming out this year. I'm pretty sure, because typically Ike gets an alt every 2 years. That's like the rotation we've seen pretty consistently. And so I would assume he comes out this year, which is a bad sign for my wallet because I did not expect to get Altina and Ike in the same year. And then if we get Athos and Nurgle, I'm like super screwed. Like I'm gonna have to like mortgage my house. I'm kidding, but you know what I mean. Like it would be expensive. Not that I don't have to +10 like Athos and Nurgle, obviously. Like I'd be happy with the +1, but depending on the Ike, I might +10 him, right? Like I said I wasn't gonna +10 duo Ike, and you can know how that went, right? Also, when we do get Ike, I really, 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 really don't want him to have Radiant Ether. Like, if he has Radiant Ether in his next alt, I will literally make like 20 videos. I will be so angry. Because, like, that stupid PRF special is from year 1, literally. It literally came out right before the first anniversary, and it is so weak. Like, he better get, like, some crazy PRF skill. Like, he better get, like, Nihility or, like, Radiant Ether max light killing mode. I don't know. I mean, if I didn't have a copy of you already, I wouldn't be that mad because I'd be getting a Floret, but I already do. So, like, you're pretty much just infantry bullet spotter at this point, like 100%. Oh, that's so rough. I really wish you were Altina instead. Like, really, really, really wish you were Altina. Okay, speaking of Altina, we have a question from Nesta Jackson and Blood King Hero. They want to know, we sadly didn't get Vantage 4 or for the Vantage Queen, but hopefully we can retrofit her eventually. Absolutely. So my question is, what does Vantage 4 look like in your mind? And then Blood Gang Hero wants to know, which would you rather have, Fey release first, Vantage 4 or the Vantage Seal? Okay, so when it comes to Blood Gang's question, I would definitely want Vantage 4 first, and the reason why is that Vantage Seal is good, but it's like the distant counter seal, right? Where like it's a very good seal, but it's not the optimal seal in a lot of situations. A lot of times you'd rather have Vantage in your B slot and then be running more stats in your seal slot. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bruh. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? You stupid genealogy characters, or Thrasher characters, whichever one you are. Just pity breaking the crap out of me. Oh my god, go away. That could have been 2 Altinas. But yeah, so I'd rather have Vantage 4, because Vantage 4 could let me like update kits and like be a powerful effect, right? Where a Vantage Seal just kind of like is like a side option. And it would only really be used if like for certain builds. Yes! Whew. Ooh, okay, that was really good. Yes, okay. Good IV? Good IV? Plus HP. Not really. I mean, HP's not terrible on her, to be honest, but you definitely want attack and resistance. They're probably the 2 boons you want the most, I'd say. But yeah, so there's that. And then when it comes to Vantage 4, I actually have like a million ideas of what I want for Vantage 4. I've talked like, Joel and DTM probably hate this conversation because I talk about it so much. Like anytime Vantage comes up, I just blab about Vantage 4 to DTM Joel like every second. And I've done it with like the Shadow and like some other people as well. So people probably just like are annoyed at me talking about Vantage 4. But my ideal Vantage 4 is that it has defense and resistance -4. And then if unit's HP is less than 100%, Vantage, right? You get the Vantage effect. But then also, you get no counter disrupt. That is my ideal Vantage 4. And the reason for that is very simple, right? It fixes Altina's biggest weakness right now. Like, having NCD on base Altina would like be so amazing. So I really want that. Now, realistically, will we get that? Probably not. Like, that's just kind of my like headcanon. And so if we can't get that, there's a few other effects I would like. I would like the same HP condition of being less than 100%, but Vantage 4 deals 1 damage to you at the beginning of the turn. So that would be really good because it could activate itself, and you wouldn't have to run like Winter Bernadetta or any other unit to get into that range. It's Ileana, that character I really don't want to see. Go away. Miscut the line. Jeez. So that's one effect I would really want to see on for Vantage 4. And then the other one is like a special jump effect. So essentially like you get the defense and res, you get the HP condition, that's really good. And then like before your first attack, special jump your cooldown by like 2 or something, right? Because what that would essentially let you do is like spam specials, which would be really cool and be a way to like just nuke enemies really hard. Other things you could get was like damage reduction halving would be really good on Vantage. Making a guaranteed follow-up attack before the foe can counterattack would be also like really broken. So I think Vantage 4 has a lot of options where it's just ridiculously powerful. Guaranteed follow-up attack, that'd be okay, but I think like being able to make a follow-up attack first would be really strong. Not so much on Altina though. Oh crap, I'm below 20 orbs. Yeah, I think this is our final circle for this batch. Do not worry, we are going to be doing a lot more Altina summoning. There's probably going to be at least 2 more videos. And so if I didn't get to your question now, I will get to it later. Probably. Like, I can't promise I'll get to everybody's questions, but I will do my best to answer as many as possible in those other summoning sessions. I will also be doing a stream later today with DTM, I believe, where we're going to do some Altina testing. So we're going to, like, you know, test her out against a lot of the meta threats, and we might do some summoning as well. So definitely check out that stream. Should be a lot of fun. You can come check it out, and we'll hopefully you guys can bring me some luck, because we're not doing terrible at this point, right? But let's see what we're actually doing. Okay, so here is the results of our very first Altina summoning session. We got 4 Altinas and a Spark. We got 4 pity breaks. We got 1 green, which was really nice, and then 4 4-star special rates. So I looked at the math. We are exactly at the 50th percentile, like exact almost. We're 4 orbs off, or 4 orbs over technically, but so far we're exactly on the average, so we're doing good. Average is good. I will take average. So hopefully with this kind of record, we'll go 2 more summoning sessions of 500 orbs, and then we'll be done. But we'll have to wait and see. With that said, that is going to be my summoning session, at least part 1. And now I'd love to hear from you. How did your summoning session go? If you did summon on this banner, Were you summoning for Altina? Of course you were. I mean, you could also be going for a green. She's really cool, and so is Tormod. Either way, I'd love to hear from you, so make sure to drop a comment down below, letting me know about your luck. And then as always, I'd like to thank all my members, because without them, this summoning session would definitely not be possible. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. This has been Oblivion. I'll catch you all later with more Altina Emblem.